So if you track COVID as a way of trying to predict the movement of the market, you want to track it for both the world trend and also the United States. And here you can see that the world trend for COVID, it's continued to go up. Um, I mean, overall, I guess you can say it. Here is essentially it was kind of flat during August, July, and then September. You see it started to go higher, higher high, higher lows kind of thing. I mean, the low is still, but now it looks like it's kind of going down. So, I mean, if you want to take a positive out of this, if this continues to go down, or at least hold flat, um, for the month of the 10th, this is the October month. I guess this would be a positive bias, for October. I mean, if there's any flush out in October, I think, as long as this trend is not, all of a sudden reversing the opposite way, if it's not going higher, I think any pullback, any flush down for whatever reason, most likely would be a buying opportunity for the market. Just based on, if you can say, well, maybe this is the reason why September was a down month, for COVID, and maybe this is the reason why August was such a positive month, because it was kind of flat in August, and then all of a sudden, um, for September, it started going up for whatever reason. But now, if this is the flat or the top, let's just say this is the top candle, and it continues to go down for and then stay flat or whatever, then the month of October should be positive for the stock market. So let's just go with that premise. And here you got the United States. Obviously, it looked like this was the flattening, and then it started going down. And then all of a sudden, you got a reversal in the month of September. So September, you see this uptick, and maybe this is the reason why the market uh, retraced in September. So going forward, if this is now, you see a reversal, it's too early to tell, but let's just go with that premise. If you see a reversal in COVID, then that would imply October to be a positive month, which kind of makes sense on what I'm seeing. Um, if you look at what we saw the market this week, so the you can see in the QQQ. So here is essentially this is the end of September, right? And so it's going up, buying up, and then all of a sudden you got this downturn, and maybe that's just the final reshuffling of the portfolio for the neo quarter Q4, and then come the first day of Q4, you got this huge gap up, and that is a big signal to me. This going down. Okay, maybe they're selling it, but then this gap up, this huge gap right here, and then a minor retracement, and then this buying right here, kind of tell me that they are preparing Q4 to be, at least for October. Let's just take it one month at a time. This is buying for Q4. Maybe it's premature. We don't know, but I'm thinking if Trump didn't announce that he had COVID, we probably would have gap up, found a quick reversal, and then more up. I mean, almost positive that was going to happen based on what you see here, that it was breaking out of the 50% retracement on Fibonacci. Um, this top is already going above it. So if Trump hadn't announced COVID, it probably would have been a positive day on Friday. And so I would say whatever reversal we have right now, pending nothing bad happen to Trump. Let's just say if we're lucky, you get Monday to retrace back to this 50-day moving average. That looks to be a very likely buying support level. I mean, I can't imagine, unless of course that would put it right here. Let me see. Let's just verify that. So that would be at 270, 272. 272. So it would be right here, which would be if this 5-week moving average goes down, so it would put it right there. Let's just draw that in real quick. Make sure that is correct. Okay, so what I would say is, and let me make sure this one is this something like that. Yeah. So let's draw that in, and let's just see what potentially would make the most sense. So if we're lucky, you will have a test of this guy right here. So that's a blue pen. So you will have a test of this. So the candle will open down. Let's just assume that it's a red candle. So you have a red pen here, and you know what? I'm gonna move this over just to make it look better, like right here. Okay. So let's assume it goes down and test that. So that would be, and you got something like that. So that would put this candle, and I'm gonna assume it's gonna be a green candle, for the week. Let's just assume I'm playing obviously the upside. So I'm gonna assume it's gonna end higher. So it'll be something like actually be a nice green candle if it ends on the upside. Let's just say it's here like that. It'll be a nice green candle with a nice wick that touches 38. That looks like a very likely scenario. And this will, be something where it turns down and hit that. So that is the what I'm seeing potentially. So that would make, either Tuesday or Wednesday. Doesn't matter. You have green candle Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that, right? So it'll be, Monday would be a down day, you know, based on the results from Trump, more fear, and then you got a reversal as the results for COVID continues to come out positive, which would make the week end higher, and a nice green candle for the week. So it's something like this candle right here, right? A nice green candle. And that would set up a rally for the next week. Before it maybe it'll peter out somewhere, and then you might have a temporary reversal if for whatever happened. Who knows? Not gonna look that far ahead, but that's what I'm hoping will happen. Because just from the action, you can see that um, the Q was looking strong before Trump, and then the SPY is still looking relatively strong. Um, it's not looking that weak. And then IWM, of course, is looking strong. Look at the Russell 200. I mean, if there was that much fear, the Russell 200 would not be looking like the way it is right now. I mean, that's just look very strong. You can see right here, it's all the way up here. So it closes actually green for the day. I mean, look at that strength right there. I mean, there's gotta be a reason for that, right? So October 1st, October 2nd, portfolio managers are buying up the Russell 2000 in spite of the news from Trump. I mean, that seems kind of weird. So obviously they're not afraid of Trump right now, or as far as what's going on. And then of course the financial is looking more stable. Now this financial, um, if it does happen to start to fail, for whatever reason, it doesn't, it fails this 5-day moving average. So that's potentially something where a reversal, and most likely there will be a reversal, but as long as it's not doing one of these guys where it starts to, turn lower. So if you have like some kind of a 1, 2, 3, 4 days kind of going lower, that's gonna potentially not crash the market, but cause the market to sell off. Um, the DIA, the Dow Jones, still looking relatively strong. Amazon, of course, I talked about Amazon in the last video, but this one obviously got a target for 3,300, and right now, it's after that market, it's sitting at the 50-day moving average. I can't imagine it going much lower, but let's just say it tests 3,100. I mean, 3,100 is probably the lowest I think it's gonna go. I don't even think it's gonna get to 3,100. I mean, it may get to 30, 31, somewhere close to it, and then it's gonna go right back up. And the final target I have is 3,300. It's primed to get to 3,300 because there's gonna be more upgrades for Amazon in the coming months or the coming days and weeks. You're gonna have more upgrades. And Tesla. So Tesla is behaving, rather interestingly. This pattern looks so much like I don't know what type. It looks like a input function kind of signal. If you were to look at the way it behaves, so you got this huge run up. And let me use the connection of the actual candles. So if you were to connect the candles, what you got? You got this huge run up, a huge reversal, a huge run up, and let's just ignore this bleep right here and connect this right here. Downturn, upturn, downturn. What does that look like to you? It looks like an oscillation function where you got a huge input and then you got smaller oscillation. So to me, it looks like it's gonna have a smaller oscillation, but wow, will it actually do that? I can't imagine, but maybe that is the way it's going to behave. Who knows? It just looks like the behavior based on the way the 5-day moving average is behaving. If you look at the yellow line, that's just. But who knows what's gonna really happen? All I can say right now is it needs to go above this guy, so 450, before it can actually pop higher. So it's hard to play. I would say Tesla has very good potential for run-ups. So if you are lucky, I wouldn't buy it here because I just don't want to chase. I just feel like it's expensive, even though Yeah, it can probably run up, but I'm not gonna do it. More likely, I will only buy Tesla on weakness. So if I'm lucky, it'll get down to here for whatever reason. I don't care. I'll just probably have a target to buy as this thing. Any weakness, I'll track this blue line, which is the 50-day moving average, and so I will have something to buy here. If I'm lucky, I don't think it will happen, but you never know. You may get lucky, and get a nice technical support level like that. I mean, that would just be very lucky to get something like that, in my opinion. I mean, I don't expect it, but if it does happen, I mean, the reason why is you got this nice support here, you got this nice support here. So another one would be, why not, right? You say, well, the third time is gonna penetrate. No, I don't think so. And the reason why I don't think so is because the way this oscillation looks, and the way this oscillation looks, it's just this type of behavior doesn't result in this unless there's bad news. I mean, if there's really bad news, then yeah, it will drive it down, like Battery Tuesday, but that's done with. I mean, Battery Tuesday should have drove this thing down here. The fact that they bought Battery Tuesday back up really suggests to me that Tesla is still very favorable, very, very favorable until it's no longer favorable. But this is a lot of strength to me. This is a lot of strength and very, you know, very strong stock. So you would be very lucky to get this thing going down to the 50-day moving average. Very lucky to get it here. So if I get lucky, I would buy it at this support line. But I just don't like to buy expensive stock, even though you can obviously buy it here for the run up. I just don't like to buy expensive stock. Apple, um, Apple is not looking, I mean, it doesn't look as strong, but yeah, I'm not even gonna predict Apple. I mean, to me, it's probably gonna go up as the market go up. So why not, right? Why not? If the market goes up, Apple will go up. There's no reason why this thing wouldn't go up. Zoom, I think this is a great shorting opportunity. I mean, this thing shows, like, especially if COVID starts to continue to go down, as I show you with that COVID chart. If COVID, you know, continues to go down, here you got, let me change the pen to fuchsia. I mean, this is a selling candle. This is a selling candle. This is a selling candle. So you got three selling candle, and this is of course a selling candle. So any strength next week to 500, any strength next week to 500, I think a selling opportunity or shorting opportunity. So I'm really looking forward to um, you know, maybe profiting off of the down. Now, I don't know if it's gonna get to 500. If I'm lucky, it would get to 500. Let's see. And it's always maybe just a trick. I mean, sometimes these are just tricks, but you can't play on tricks like that. I mean, these signals are just so strong right now that, I mean, I guess this thing can crash at any time. But I always hope that, maybe you get one last test higher and then you get the sell off. That's what I'm hoping. Square still looking strong. I have this guy. Oh, I had it. I sold it. Um, Rio. I don't know how to pronounce this one. Paycheck. I mean, all these guys are looking strong. Uh, Peloton is probably a shorting opportunity. The only problem with stuff like Peloton, you get, so this is 25 billion. But if you look at Weight Watcher, what is Weight Watcher? Is this Weight Watcher? Um, no, that's W. Weight Watcher is WE. I don't. What is the symbol for Weight Watcher? Let me look that up real quick. So yeah, Weight Watcher is WW. Um, so here is Weight Watcher, and let me. Is this running? Ah, shit. Okay, so here's Weight Watcher, and you can see that Weight Watcher um was running. I mean, here's the up. I mean, anybody who thought Weight Watcher was a short, look how much they trick you and they can hold it. I mean, at this point, they held it and then it went all the way here. A lot of people think it's a short, and then it went all the way up. So a stock can go way higher than it should. I mean, this is 2017 all the way to 2018, over a year. I mean, wow, of run up from March of 2017 all the way to July of 2018. That's a year and a half of running up before, of course, it's crashing. This is obviously fake because there is no solution for losing weight other than gimmicks. So there's nothing Weight Watcher can do or say to justify this run up other than manipulation, shorts covering, just the long pushing it. So this is a perfect example of how strong a stock can look. I mean, if you look at this is, and how long they can push it. A year and a half. So Peloton can be pushed for a year and a half. I mean, technically, let's say this is yeah, it's barely April of 2020. So how long can they push this? I mean, it can probably flatten out, you know, trick some more, go up some more, flatten out. It can be a long time, a very long time before Peloton actually goes back down. I mean, as funny as that sound, it can start to flatten out for a long time, then go up again, then flatten out, then go up, and then all the way a year, a year from now, that long, next summer or something like that, then it starts to go down and it goes down fast. So shorting now, may but maybe you don't know when it's actually gonna turn down. It's just, well, the point is it can go a lot longer than you think, even though the final target is gonna be down here. It's just a bike. I mean, let's be honest, it's just a bike. So there's no justification for where it is right now at 25 billion. It's just so expensive. Same thing with DraftKings. I mean, how long can this run up? Jeez. I mean, these are all just looks like shorts opportunity, but like again, this looks like it's gonna turn and then it goes up. Then it looks like that and then it goes up. I mean, but when will it turn down? But eventually it will turn down because this is just online gambling. It's nothing. It's not real. It's just you know just having pushed because of COVID. The same thing would happen in 9/11, where you got these security companies. Based on what happened in September 11th, you got these security companies that were like being pushed higher, higher. Eventually, they all get bought out, or they all went back to where it was to get bought out. And you can probably find the same thing in what happened in the financial crash of 2008. Snow, nothing here, I guess. Yeah, this one. Wow, we retraced it. I sold out. I forget where I sold it, but I mean I didn't sell it at this top. But this one is a good one to get at the bottom. Same with Big C. These are good one. Um, Google. Yeah, Google is always weak until Google is always a lagging, and once the market starts to show a lot of strength, then Google will run, but it always looks weak until all the popular stocks like Amazon, Tesla, Apple, all these will get run first, and then Google eventually will come in. Um, I don't know. With Boeing, could be a trap. Netflix, I can't. I don't even know why Netflix is 220 billion. I mean, it's just the content is just horrible, to be honest. But geez, this stock is so popular for whatever reason. But I mean, you can look at this and say it's a top. I mean, you got one, two, three. Eventually, I mean, I'm sure. I haven't even. Yeah, it just. I mean, is Netflix time? I mean, I'm just so bored of Netflix. There's just nothing on it that's really popular, to be honest. But you never know. It can just continue to be like that for a long time. It can continue to do this for a while, and then maybe even run up some more. Who knows? I don't even know why it's so popular. But all I can say is, if eventually it does turn and it goes below this guy, it's probably gonna go down. I mean, then there's just no reason why people want Netflix for whatever reason, right? It's just whatever the reason may be. Facebook, again, what the heck is Facebook? Yeah, again, these type of stocks I don't really understand that well, to be honest. Nvidia looks positive, but well, this candle is not real. This is because of that Trump action. So we need another few weeks, but it looks strong. TTD, geez, this is wow. I mean, I sold out way too early. Look at this guy all the way up here. Crown, still looking bullish. Shopify. Um, you look at uh, Mastercard, Baba. Yeah, Roku. I mean, Roku is strong. Let me see Bookum. Bookum is a good one. I mean, I think temporarily, whatever happened with Trump, this looks like a good one for at least some. It's a nice expensive stock, so you can sell, the options and probably sell it dated out, and it'll probably gonna get you something. If you want a bottom dip, Lily is a good one, a bottom dip, because it's here. So Lily looks like a bottom dip performer. Amgen. I mean, did Amgen really get sold off? Yeah, Amgen got sold off. So Amgen is probably gonna be right back up here. Um, iSurge. Yeah, this one was popping out too until this one is breaking out. Home Depot. All these looks just bullish to me. Everything looks bullish. All these top companies. Walmart, CMG, Chipotle, another stock I don't understand. Lulu. I guess Lulu Luster has kind of got lost with those yoga pants. I guess, I mean, what is it, 41 billion? I guess it's now forming some kind of downward trend. So few more weeks of Lulu being weak. It does look like they're trying to battle it, but if you have a few more week of weakness in this guy, whatever, if it starts to turn down, you know, it probably just gonna continue to go down. If I mean, I would just follow this trend, the yellow line. Just follow this yellow line because you can see it's gone all the way up, and now it's probably gonna do something like this. So Lulu is a short candidate. Microsoft, Spotify, Baidu. Um, I mean, if you want to bottom dip on the oil, I wouldn't bottom dip on this guy. 10 cents, Fasty. Now these solar companies, geez, I wish I would have gotten them. They just run so far, so fast. Overstock. I want to see what Norwegian Cruise Line looks like. Norwegian, yeah. I guess eventually this will run. But so yeah, that's all I have for now. Let's see what happens next week.